Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
So, once again, Black. So, how's your week, man?
It's been cool. I was gonna say my mind froze there because I was just trying to think. You mean just in general, obviously?
Yeah, well, I mean, did you get any dates this week? Or?
Okay. Yeah, so I had one date this week. I only had one date this week, and that was alright. She was really cool. She seemed quite cool. She's actually a really nice looking girl as well. But we're not going to see each other again.
No. Oh, it's a mutual thing.
I was open to seeing her again. When I sent her a message to like arrange stuff, you know, she said this, you know, like basically, oh, you love me. Huh?
Be friends.
No, she didn't say that. Alright, actually, instead of trying to remember, like, give me a second. Hold on.
Okay.
So, she said, yeah, so she said, "Hey Ashley, I truly enjoyed our time together. I truly enjoyed our time on the first date, and you truly are an awesome person. Thank you. I just feel we aren't really suited or a match. I'd rather be honest because you're a lovely guy and I appreciate and respect your time. I hope you can understand." So I sent her a message just saying no stress at all. Have an amazing life.
Yeah, man.
And that was that.
Man.
And then on to the next.
Yeah, but man, literally, it's just, like, I mean, it's not 100% success rate when it comes to this thing. So
yeah, I know. I
can understand that these things happen. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I think it's very rare to get someone just calling it out straight away. Some people kind of like drag it on, like, oh, well, this will do. So respect for that. Definitely respect for that. And she knows what she wants, I guess. She knows exactly what she wants.
Who was I talking to? I think it might have been one of my clients this week. I was saying about how I mean, basically, basically, you know, the girl's either going to be into you or not, right? And then there's like certain stuff that people are looking for, and for me, I think I'm kind of go from the extreme of like, in terms of how I might be perceived. Obviously, it's just a story, but like, because of my unconventional ways, I think it's either really intriguing for people, and they're like, "Oh, okay, let's go with that," or it's off-putting.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we all have a lens, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how we see the world and how we see things, and I mean, I was talking to Silvia this week about automatic. Like, a lot of stuff that we do is just automatic. Like, our responses to things, automatic. Like, this is how we react to this particular thing. Yeah. You was talking to me about this, actually. Yeah, she brought out that it triggered something for me. We end up like talking about it more. But yeah, like, there's literally so, like, with this girl or anyone in general, like you said, and like I said, they have an automatic way of dealing with things, and like the same with us. And with that automaticness, we can't stop that from happening, and we can't stop them from seeing that they may not see something that is, you know, is very clear to you. What is very clear to you, they might not see that, but it's just their automatic response. Like, and it's okay, and there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's not that it's okay. It's just that we have to get that we develop this kind of pattern from the lens that we look through. And that there's a way you're looking at life at the moment, and the way that you see things, which maybe 10 years ago you didn't see it that way at all. And for many other people, they go through the same thing where they see something like a certain way now, and maybe 10 years from now, or maybe 5 years, or a week from now, even to go crazy, a day from now, it might be, actually, do you know what? Maybe I was a bit too hard there, or maybe this, or maybe that. And it's okay. Like, people are just going to constantly just react based on what they know is best, based on what they're used to. And we just have to, and I think just the most important thing as an individual, just accepting everyone's way of being, and everyone's way of dealing with things, because like we don't have any control over how they're going to deal with it, but we can only control how we're going to deal with it. And like, obviously, how you deal with it, or how you deal with things in this scenario where a girl doesn't want to meet again, or whatever, or a girl doesn't want to hang out, or not, I'm not going to give him a number. And I'm sure you get that it's okay, it's cool. No, it's all good, no problem.
Yeah.
But of course, there is moments where we've had sensitivity. Well, I remember I've had moments of it, like, oh man, like, why is she rejecting me, man? Fuck's sake, like.
Yeah, but I don't even see it as that, though. I don't see it as rejection.
Yeah, and I mean, there's moments where I've seen it as that, and that's what I mean. It's like the lens. My lens was saying this is rejection. It wasn't rejection. It was just someone communicating that this doesn't work. This is not workable. But through my lens, that's what it was like. Yeah, man, rejection. And like, through your lens, you're saying it's not rejection. But it's the same scenarios, so it can only ever be the lens that people are looking through. There's no truth to it. There's no truth to anything in relation to when you meet someone and you're dating and you're hanging out, and yeah, man.
Yeah, I feel like girls who kind of they're on this thing of like, I want a boyfriend. I don't fit into that category anymore.
Yeah, and that's it anymore, and that's what I get. They say anymore. Oh,
yeah,
thanks. Exactly.
So, and it's not because I'm not. It's not because I don't think I don't occur as necessarily actually boyfriend material. I just don't occur as conventional boyfriend material. Let's do this now kind of thing. So, going by the rule book, basically. Yeah. I mean, you have your set of experiences and you're choosing this road, and there's nothing wrong. Like, yeah. And it might not be the norm for some people, but what is actually normal, really? Yeah, no. I mean, the general consensus. That's what I mean. Yeah, saying that. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, man. So yeah, that was that. That was on Tuesday, and then yeah, I just met a couple of girls over the weekend. And potentially, like, we're in the process of arranging now. The girl that I met before, that I've told you about before when I was on Pano, next week we're like planning to hang out, go play some laser tag. So, Brett. Yeah. That's it. That's what's going on this week. Well, I met there was a redhead that I met yesterday as well, actually. And we had a cheeky dance and kiss and stuff, but nothing more really came from that. And that's fine. So yeah. I just feel really like, even though my actions are still, there's still a proactiveness around my actions. Like, ever since that Will sharing the blind spot, I just I feel like there's just something different inside me. Basically. It's almost like a numbness in a way.
No.
Huh?
No, I get that.
Yeah. And I didn't. And maybe it's not like I've not felt numb before, but this kind of just feels different. So I'm just kind of I just really am just like, or not. It's just I don't really know how to articulate it. But in terms of my process,
you just have a not care. You just have a not a carefree. No.
I mean, that is there, yeah. I don't know. It's almost like I don't know.
But you know, he said about the seeking approval thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just like I think that there's a lot of that just in human relationships, not just in this type of scenario. I just think a lot of us seek approval in general.
Yeah, for sure.
In life, so seeking approval from an employer, seeking approval for like friends around you, family members sometimes.
You could even say seeking approval from the universe.
Yeah.
Did I do it right? Am I saying am I thinking the right thoughts? Am I giving off the right energy? Universe, tell me. Show me a sign. And I'm not saying that is seeking approval, but the place that you're coming from when you're potentially saying that could be seeking approval.
I think that comes a lot from how we've been educated. I mean, actually, you were graded, and it was a pass or fail. It was kind of an approval thing. And I think most of it comes from the Christian religion.
Okay.
Or how we, as a society, understood it. Like, you need to be good. It's like based on a dual world. Either what you do is good or bad, right or wrong, and everything is based on like two options. And I don't think basically life is like that, and of course everyone is searching for that in here, but I don't know if you open up a bit more like Buddhism and other kind of religions, how does this affect to other societies, and how does people feel about this? But also it has a lot to do with insecurities, and we all have our vulnerable part in ours, and the thing you most want is to be accepted. But I think people just seeks approval in different things. Like some people may seek approval through image, some people would seek approval through helping or like service to others. There's different ways of seeking approval.
Version of that.
Basically that.
Yeah, this whole I mean, because I see it sometimes when I wear certain dress codes, and I feel like sometimes I might feel uncomfortable because damn, like what's that person feel of me like, and it's only because sometimes in your mind you've just got this looking good that comes up sometimes, and some people just don't really notice that. But that whole seek approval thing, it's just all in the head. Really, at the end of the day, it's all in the head, because half the time when you're thinking other people are looking at what the hell's that, they're not thinking that at all, but you're thinking it, and because you're thinking it so much, you're projecting it outside, thinking that everyone else is also looking at the situation in that same way. It just has this kind of ripple effect in the end. Just don't know, man.
Yeah.
I guess what it comes down to is what's true to you.
But everything is true to him. I think the thing is to realize which are your talents, but also which are your vulnerabilities, and And as much as you try to show and push your talents, train your vulnerabilities so they don't affect you that much, or I may say like they work for you, not against you.
Are you talking to me specifically? You just saying in general?
In general.
Oh. Yeah, no, I hear that. And at the same time as well, like, I think the numb thing that I was saying about it's just like, I just don't really care anymore.
Or
It's just like there's importance still. There's still value. There's still like maybe have some importance around that and things, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just a feeling thing. I don't really know how to articulate it, man. But in the way I'm operating as well, like the way I feel like I'm doing things, there's like there's some distinct differences.
yeah. And I guess because you're soaking it in, and I think when something is very powerful, like you get some sort of wisdom from somewhere, or you read something that's really powerful and insightful, it needs to marinate, man. And like sometimes we're like, wow, we get inspired by it in the moment, and we're like, that's it now, I'm on this thing, and we go mad. But sometimes it needs to marinate for a week or two, like,
to make a good broth.
To make a good broth. To make a good broth. Yeah, so I guess, when it comes down to it, like, you're getting all these little nuggets as your life goes on, and they're all adding to the journey. And you know, however you feel now, you may not feel like that next week. A different spin on it. But I guess, like you said, it's like I said, it's the lens, man. So it depends on how you're looking at the situation as a whole. Because that numbness might be coming from, a particular lens.
It's just really like, I'm just really in like, there's nothing I can really do.
Yeah.
That's gonna make you open and interested. You either are or you're not. That's like, I suppose you're gonna say, the lens that I'm coming from. So does that mean turn up and act like just an idiot? No, but it just means when I'm showing up, I'm just showing up, just as I'm showing up, and that's what's there for me in that moment. And you're either interested or you're not. So like, whereas like my mind would work on things before, like, like what could I say, or what could I do so I could like get her to respond and get this to happen and get that to happen. It's like, that process was great to kind of, I suppose, because there's different things that I've tried and experienced and seen, like, oh, that's cool, and oh, that's not so cool. But I just get like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, still, if that person is interested, they are, or not. Like, no matter what I'm gonna do, they're either gonna be interested or not.
Yeah. And some people don't see good intentions. Like I said, man, everyone has their lens, and you could be coming from a good place, and they might still see you coming from, no, I don't trust this guy still.
But you always see people through your lens. I mean, through your problems and
through your problems.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like the mirror thing, the mirror theory. Like, I had a very bad experience with guys, and then I started to do Lindy Hop dancing. So guys approached me and asked me if I would like to dance with them. And at the beginning, I felt attacked, and I felt it was difficult for me, but it was because of my lens. Because I was mirroring that too with guys, but it was my way of overcoming it too. So you just can't turn you can turn around or just approach it and see what can you do. But yeah, people had nothing to do with it. It was me.
Yeah, because those guys could have had all the greatest intentions. They were, oh, would you like to dance? And
Yeah, sure.
yeah, and just
And even though I said yes and I wanted to dance, I was there and I was like feeling like itchy, like get away from me.
Yeah. No, but a lot of guys have experienced that in their life. That sense of a girl being very, very cold. Like, even if you've come from a very good place, like you come from a very sincere place, and then all of a sudden you're getting looked at like a villain, and you're like, man, like, and then it kind of affects the guy's day. Well, I know for me it did. I don't know about Ash, but
I don't know about a day, but yeah, it's of course definitely.
Well, you know what I'm like, Ash.
Yo, dwell on it. Yeah.
But
It was a day.
you also need to bear in mind our lens as a girl, how you've been grown up. Everyone was telling you, don't walk alone, don't get in trains at night, don't be out alone, you need to be in a group, and if a guy takes care of you, the better. It's many things. You've been told, like, your granny, your aunties, your parents at school, and it's difficult. Sometimes I had to lie to my parents, like, no, I didn't come home alone, just because, so they were kind. And sometimes when a guy approaches you, you have all this in your head too, which is something I would say you can't control. Of course you can, but they start automatically. It's like an alert sign, like wing, guy approaching.
Yeah. So maybe you can talk more about this female lens.
Ask them.
Well,
you are told, like, guys just look for sex and that's it. So
from an early age,
the
that a conversation that comes up from
religious society tells you these all the time. If you look at films, like,
But do you know what is a massive shame around that? I was talking. I think some of the guys I was hanging out with yesterday, I think it came up. There's two. I don't need to say that, but yeah. But that thing there about, like, women being told, "Oh, you guys only want you for sex," and all of that. What that's actually ended up doing, I'm generalizing, but for quite a lot of guys, is actually shaming guys for being sexually attracted to women. So actually, guys now grow up feeling guilty and conflicted when they're actually sexually attracted to a woman, and feel like, do you know what? I can't make her think that I want sex from her.
of course, it's for both sides the wrong thing to do, because it's like a mask. Everyone is having the same mask and it's making us all together the same, which and we're not. And it's the same shame for women. Sometimes you just would like sex and you couldn't because you are a woman and you're supposed to, like, take the guy away from you. It's like after the third day you couldn't kiss.
Yeah, all that bullshit.
Yeah, all that bullshit. But then you were like a whore to the eyes of society, and you didn't do that, and you had all this. Oh, you need to conquer him through the stomach, so you learn to cook good. It's so stupid, but when you grow with these things, you don't really question them because they are all around you.
Yeah, you're just stuck in. That just gets engraved.
Automatic.
Yeah, it's automatic because it's on your very early stage, and you don't question those things. They come part from you. They become part of your inner self. I think you're just grown up enough and developed enough to see that they are not.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I think just realizing that when you're a child, that you've been spoon fed loads of these ideas, and it's from adults ultimately, and you come out of it and you realize, oh man, we're just all the same. As a matter of fact, kids seem more wiser than we are, because it
they
seems
are.
that. And the funny thing is that I was saying
From
to
source.
Sylvia today, that if you think about it, like, how much do we lie to children, man? Adults, I mean, like not we, but
Yeah.
adults.
Yeah.
We do a lot of lying, man. We do a lot of covering up things,
Yeah.
and we never know why. We've never really known why that is.
Well, sometimes covering,
Sometimes it's for the best,
yeah.
but if you look at the ratio, there's some things that don't really need to be there, like. But it's just the norm. It just became the norm.
Today I was reading this book about the moons, about astrology. The moon is like your inner child, your vulnerable part, but also how you feel you are being loved, and also where you shield yourself where you feel attacked. And it doesn't mean you're gonna be good at that. Like for me, my moon and Virgo, like I enjoy when I come into the place and everything is clean and in order, but it doesn't mean I'm the best one at placing things in order and at cleaning. But I feel like people care for me when they do that for me. And it's funny because not many people knows where is their vulnerability. They just feel attacked and react. They know we.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to think about that, because sometimes it's just these things about the lens, because as it's your more fragile part, you just want to shield it and you really protect it so no one can attack it or break it or makes you feel shit. So you don't really question about it at the same time.
You don't know where the source of the.
Well, I think we're living in a society and very much individual society, so you try to protect yourself, but yourself, not your community. And it has to be protected, but also it has to be open for you to be real you.
I was talking to this guy yesterday, who's also called Ashley. He complimented me on my shirt, and we ended up just talking. And I ended up finding out like one of his friends who he was with knows some mutual friends that of mine as well. And somehow in the conversation, Torture Gardens came up, and I was sharing with him about the just like the distinct difference that of, because it's in a nighttime club environment still, but the permission, there's a difference with the permission, which is there's sexual permission, there's openness for however that's going to show up, whatever that is. And I was saying to him how what's really interesting is at the same time there's such an actual level of respect as well in that environment compared to what I see in normal clubs. And he was like, oh yeah, he was a bit, at first he was a bit like, and he was like, oh, that kind of makes sense, I suppose. And then he was talking about Burning Man, that Burning Man festival thing, yeah. And how obviously, there's nothing governed, like there's no rules there basically, right? And but people are doing their own thing in their own parts, I suppose, but at the same time there's also some level of community and unity together. And we were just like contemplating how interesting, and like, because he said something about like, but what about like if any fights, because I think he was talking to a friend about it and said about what if there's any fights or anything of that nature, and they were like, no, because they don't have anyone policing it basically. and the person will say, no, that stuff doesn't. I don't know if it doesn't ever happen at all, but that's what he kind of made it out to seem like. Like, no, that stuff doesn't even come up. Like,
Very rare.
you don't need police or security because of how people just end up dealing with it and operating it, and that's in a context with no particular rule or laws. Like, if anything, the guideline is about freedom.
Yeah.
And freedom of expression, whatever that is. And so
sharing resources as well.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the kind of dominant mainstream context, it doesn't promote freedom. It creates, or not it, but there's things in place that give people the occurring of being constrained and therefore not being open. And inside of like being free and open, for example, things like, I suppose what happens at Burning Man, even though I've never been there, in a sense of not needing, policing to happen and things of that nature, because people are coming from, because of what place people are coming from.
Yeah.
So I mean, these automatic responses as well, like that Silvia was mentioning about in relation to women, and obviously the versions that men have as well. Those automatic responses, it's not that they're automatic because we were born with them. It's just that they were learned over time. Well, I think they were learned over time, but they were learned over time because of coming from a place of not being open and free. But when we all came into the world as kids, that is how we were.
Yeah.
And then in some cases you're then taught why you shouldn't be so like that.
That's what it says in The Shift, isn't it? That Dwayne Dyer. So what's his name? Is it Dwayne Dyer? Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer in The Shift.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I love that beginning scene, blood, where he just explains about when you're a kid and you grow up. Yeah. Then all of a sudden you're in a school where there's authority telling you how you should do things.
Yeah.
That one hit the nail in the coffin, blood. Jeez, it's so true, man.
Well, I think we live, like, the movement of life is a spiralic, so you go over and over through the same things but through different stages. It's like a Mario Bros game, like you are level 1, level 2, level 3, but it's still the same. It's the same fractal, the same problem, the same
obstacles.
Yeah, the same. You're scared about the same things, but you just become better. That's what it's all about, and it's the same about being children and an adult. It's like you are there, you go away and come back. That's how I see it.
You return back to childhood, you mean?
Not to childhood, to you, but in a way it's to childhood.
Because that's where it started, and that's where it was more authentic. You think?
It's not authentic. It's like
it's the true nature.
What's real for you?
It's the true nature. Yeah.
True nature.
Yeah. And if you see like very old people, they are like children. Sorry.
In the Bible, it says once a man, twice a child.
Yeah.
In astrology, there's also like these stages and related to different planets, and it's amazing. Because you end up in the moon too. You start with the moon, and it's like when you are a child, you don't really care about anything, and people over 80, 90, they don't really care.
Yeah.
Because they came back.
Yeah.
They did everything. That's it.
Yeah.
But in a different level.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's funny because sometimes we see that as being something wrong. Seeing an elderly person in that state. They're getting older. But it's like, if you look at it from that perspective that you said, it's like it's quite beautiful. And like I remember actually when you said that how you was being with Gran and you just being there with her, and it's okay how she was, and you accepted that. And like that's the beauty of it. It's just this being with, this is where she's at now, and that's cool. And this is beautiful.
But in a way, that shows that because she had accepted herself, the other ones got to accept her. And we are seeking for acceptance through the outside. It's the other way around. It should start inside and then it goes outside.
So yeah. I'm interested to see what the next couple of months are going to be like for me. Dating wise and the dating wise.
I think we all do.
not gonna lie, like we'll see how it goes, because I'm not, and I don't think I'm not gonna not have like moments where like my old pattern will not come up, but I think it's just having the awareness of like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. I can notice it.
That's different.
Yeah. And even the way of like me, I think the way I'll kind of meet women now might kind of shift a bit. And it's on a practical, like on a logical level, it's something that I had thought of. I've thought of for quite a while, but internally, inside, didn't feel fully comfortable with, because I felt there was a lack in it. And I think that me feeling that lack was because of the probably around the whole like is what I'm doing enough and all that sort of stuff. Whereas now I'm just like, you know, I'm saying it's very specific in relation to like the dating stage, the early dating stage, I mean, where I'm just like, just whatever I do is enough. Like, but whether 1 week I don't meet any women, it's enough.
That's what I'm saying, blood. That's what I'm saying.
But mentally, like logically, I could understand that conceptually, but it wasn't in my being.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm feeling like I feel that it's in my being. Because there was the experience of like, oh, but what if I don't this week? What if then? And I don't know. Blah 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 blah.
FOMO.
The FOMO, yeah. We saying about that last week.
Yeah. Will actually mentioned that as well, actually. Yeah. So
how do you think that's gonna go with the admin?
that's what I mean. Like, yeah, like I mean, or the admin. Like, I'm still that. See, here's the thing. I'm still clear. There's like particular actions for me to take. But all right.
Yeah, but you're not attached to them.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like, for example, with the all right, because you are with the admin. I did the admin today. But like, how I'm like approaching that, how like what's like what came up for me in relation to it was like, all right, let me see who's there, and really just be in the moment and feel who do I want to who do I want to message, if I want to message anyone.
That is it.
To arrange
yes,
anything.
man. I'm so.
Whereas before it was kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna keep the systematic thing where I'm just gonna send messages out anyway, and then, you know, even the ones who I'm not really necessarily want to see that week, but I'll still message just so I can keep
yeah,
a little like. Whereas now
you still have that shot.
Keep up what?
Because they're still having that shot. You're saying, like, still having an opportunity.
It's keeping up to keep up like the momentum. But like that's just what I mean. Like at the end of the day, I don't need to do any of that. Like she's either interested and open, whether she's hearing from me a lot or not. That's like where I'm just. I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling. So with the admin work, that's how I'm kind of.
You're still doing the same thing, but at a different level.
Yeah, and in the same thing in terms of going out. All right. Whereas before it was kind of like, all right, I want to make sure like I go out and for like and do like some daytime, like basically meet girls where it's out in the day at some point. Make sure I have a little time for that, and make sure I have time for like when I go to a bar or club, and let me just do that at minimum. Whereas now where I'm at is I'm just like the days, like particular days, like so the days that I'm leaving available for like female company, I'm like, I'm just gonna see if I end up arranging a date for any of those days. Lovely jubbly. If I don't, that's also okay. And I don't whereas I was kind of feeling like, but if I don't have a date that day, then I need to do something else then. I'm just like, if I don't have a date that day, then you just
don't have a date that day.
I just don't have a date that day, and then in the moment I'll just see if there's anything else I want to do, not necessarily in relationship to dating, just whatever, PlayStation or something like that.
You can have a date with yourself.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Do you know? Oh my days, raw, Silvia. Do you know what?
No.
You don't. I'm about to share it though. A few years ago, Junior, do you remember I had that mantra, blessings are continuously flowing to me?
Yeah.
When I was saying that mantra, when I was arranging dates, because there's different kind of process I had then, I suppose, but if I didn't have a date, the hot Ribena date, I would have the hot Ribena myself and listen to the music or whatever I had planned, was potentially going to do for that date, I would do myself still. So yeah, that's a good point. But at the same time, I just feel like I could just do nothing, be in nothing, and see silence. That's how I feel.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that there's nothing really we need to do. We're the ones that are placing these things.
Yeah,
these needs and these wants.
Yeah,
we're the ones that are creating them. Yeah, like if you look at Aborigine, I don't know how they're living, but like based on what we see, Aborigines' life is like. Is that they don't really have much in terms of technology and all this extra shit that we have. They just have the basic necessities. The boys have to hunt for their food, and I'm guessing that they're happy with that. And they might see a car come in and think, what's that? What's that? That weird shaped thing. I don't know. Maybe they're doing. Maybe they are aware of cars, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say basically is that we create this universe or this world of what is important and what we should be adding to our life, when nothing needs to be added at all. Yeah, like it just could just be nothingness. Yeah, literally, it could just be nothingness.
Ding ding ding. Back to minimalism.
So yeah, there was something I was going to say, man, about what you said.
I think it's also, it makes you a fool if you're living in this era and you're not enjoying about Netflix and cars. I mean, you were born in this society, you were not born in the Aboriginal society, so you have something to do in here. Maybe change from the inside. But also, I think the main thing is to know that you are enjoying this, but it's like an addition. It's not something you need.
It's an addition.
It's something that serves you.
Yeah, I like the word serves more than
something
addition.
That you value.
Yeah, serves more than addition, because if there's nothing I need, then there's no addition. Yeah, no. Something to add as well, cuz on your dating thing. I was thinking is about
the admin, no,
not the admin, but well, in a way, it's kind of tied to that. But what I mean is, when you do exchange numbers with a girl, is there ever something that's there for you around how it was left? So like maybe, that felt nice, or like because when you're doing the admin, are you basing it on that? Are you basing it on how it was left?
Nah, I'm not thinking about it that much.
No.
I when I leave in the moment, I sense the feeling of that was that. Like two girls, for example, this week who I met. One was on the underground, and we just kind of smiled at each other, and I just ended up going over to her, and we began talking for a bit, and it just felt really nice and felt really good. And my girl who I was talking to yesterday, out of the ones I spoke to, the one in particular, like, it was like, oh, that felt nice. And so on one level, when that happens, I can kind of be more like, all right, most likely they're gonna stay in touch versus them not staying in touch. But I think one of the biggest things now where I'm at is just no expectations. And it's just like, I'm just gonna do, not even what I'm gonna do. It's just, still don't really know how to articulate it, man.
Because like how I see it is that there's an intention. Oh, that girl's smiling at me, I'm smiling back at her, and I'm actually making an intention to go over there and talk to them. Why? Well, because I just want to talk to them, and it's okay.
I don't think that much though.
Yeah,
I don't think of it like
vibration.
that.
It's a vibration. Yeah, so maybe you're feeling the I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is the vibration. But where I'm trying to go with this is that the same intention that there was, what the same thing that you did of approaching just from nothingness and being like, you know what, I'm going to talk to this girl. It's like the dating is the continuation of that, versus being a selection process. It's more of a what more did I not get from that first interaction that I could get from the second?
I'm not thinking. Nah, that's too much for me to think like that. That's to me seeking something then.
Well,
that shows that you overthink.
But
like for me, it's just it's a blend
someone,
of the selection process of selecting now. Still selecting. Yeah, I'm still gonna select, but I'm more also coming with, instead of just this automaticness. So there's a system, but then there's me feeling the system when I'm about to do it, basically. Even with like approaching, it comes down to like, because with the day, I'm always pretty more clear about like what would have me go and approach, whether it's because, like, for example, if me and a girl smile and I find her attractive, like a green signal, or whether it's because of the curly woolly hair or something like that. But at night time, I've never really had it that way. And in that night, there's that kind of context of gotta go out, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna be open still, yes, and I'm gonna be, that is gonna be part of the night where I will meet someone in some way, but the way I'll go about doing it will be different. I don't know. I really don't know how to articulate it fully, really, right now. Like it's like I know it, but I don't know how to translate it in words. And so I'm just gonna keep following that.
I guess,
or just allow myself to keep being led by that right now.
Intuition.
And see, it's partly intuition, definitely. Yeah, keep being, and then at the same time, I'm clear. For example, at night, I will have like a moment where I'll be like, all right, Ash, some action time.
But then if you are following your intuition, that means that you are more connected to yourself.
Yeah.
That's good then. Well, it sounds good to me.
Oh. So yeah.
I was just thinking about what I just said there. That the whole, and then when you mentioned about the seeking thing, and it's like, I guess because I can't see it, because I've not been at the point where you are with your dating journey, and I can't understand it because we're going through my lens now, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, if I approach a girl that there's the curiosity to know more, and that's what my approach was initially, from not just I'm seeking to know everything about this woman, but like initially taking her details meant that I was interested enough to want to stay in touch with her and definitely see where it leads. Like, but ultimately,
But not for every guy.
not for every guy, but yeah, but that's why I think I come and I operate from that, and I say it in that way, in that structure, because that's how I know it.
I'm sharing the woman's
And
lens.
you're showing a woman's lens,
As a common lens.
yeah, and I guess I just really have to get that. Yeah, like I had to just own that I was just looking through my lens in that moment of speaking about your process with women and how you date them, and try to understand when you are in front of a paper that has 5 or 6 women on that paper, and who am I going to go on a date with? It's like, it doesn't matter which one it is, because they're all potentials, and ultimately they all made you want to speak to them. They all gave you something, some sort of energy, some sort of vibe that made you feel like, yeah, I want to stay connected with this person. But obviously in that first interaction, you're not getting enough, like, because there isn't,
But I don't.
there is, but it's not that you need enough. But what I mean is that there is a to be continued to it. So no matter who you choose, there is always a to be continued, and it's okay if it's that one versus that one, or that one
I'm
versus
just not
that one.
thinking of it like that. It's for me. It's just hang out.
I think Ashley likes the diversity.
Maybe it's that. Yeah, maybe it's that, because
I'm not saying that just about women, but you like knowing about different things, and I guess all of them bring you out like a different scenario that you feel interested.
I mean, those are all byproducts. Yeah, they're definitely all byproducts from where I'm just coming from. Like, okay, what okay, this year, for now, what do I want to do in my love life? What do I want to do in my dating life? Hang out with some women. All right, cool. What actions are congruent for me that are aligned with that? Okay, that. Okay, and then boom. And then the shift, like the kind of shift that's recently happened, is then just who I'm being as I'm doing that. And I don't know if when you're coming from your lens, you're just focusing on one girl.
that's
I'm
kind
not
of where
giving
I've
that
done
much
it, because
value
I
to
get
it.
overwhelmed. It's kind of difficult to.
But I'm not giving that.
Yeah, I know. I guess I'm going for my lens. Yeah.
But I'm not. No, it's fine. And that's fine though. But the thing with that, well, okay, for me, when I'm hearing what you're sharing though, it's giving so much value. It's placing so much value on a girl without really knowing her. So when you're saying like, yeah, but have you not thought this and da-da-da, and it's like, I don't let my mind go that far, because it's like, I want to spend time with her and and then have that stuff show up, versus me placing all that stuff on her when I haven't even had a first date with her. It's like,
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying place that. I mean, like when you're doing your admin, you've got no stress, because every single girl that you've got number are all they're all a potential date. All I'm saying is that there's not really going to be this one or that one. It shouldn't really feel like this one or that one. It should be more of a. But they are all to be continues. So therefore, they've all got to the stage of me getting their number, which means that they could be one of them, or it could be 6 of them. It doesn't matter. It could have been 1 instead of 6, but it's 6, and I'm just throwing a number out there.
Yeah.
And because it's 6, it doesn't mean that is this one. I think this one might be more. Yeah, and like the fact is this. Whichever one goes on a date with you, and it's cool. But where I'm coming from is that when your process is doing the admin, if you're just communicating with them and then they happen to have one of them free on that day, it doesn't matter if both of them. What if two of them are free on that day?
Admin.
Yeah, but that's the point of my admin. I fine-tuned it where I don't allow that stuff to happen.
Fine-tuned.
I'm not going to ask two girls out on the same day without having heard a response from the other one yet. I'm not going to ask two girls, how's Thursday for you? Then both of them come back and say Thursday.
I think you just have different talents. Like Ashley is more a multitasking talent, and you're more about the focusing talent.
No.
But it doesn't occur to me that I don't understand what. Yeah, it's not. But the multitasking is just more about. Oh, I don't even know what I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm not going to.
Well, with multitasking, because I'm just seeing Mike's face, and he is already overwhelmed.
Yeah, I just don't
about
know.
your admin work.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work it out, blood. I think that's what it is. I don't even know when I'm talking. I don't even know what I'm saying. Like really, but how I see it, like I can't imagine it.
Imagine what?
You have 6 people on a paper now, for example.
Yeah.
But next week you can add to that and maybe have another 4.
Yeah.
And then the week after that you can have no. But for me, that's me being like, wow, like this is too much. But
yeah,
for you, it's not.
No, but it is if I don't have that's why I got admin. If I didn't create a process for me that would work for me, it would be overwhelming. For me to be able to filter out. Girls who are the actual potentials,
but
who are going to
filtering out is the interesting thing, because it's like, why not? Why? All I'm trying to say is that why can't you just start with the first 6?
What you
in a way, it's kind of.